Hi guys, I hope you're all well. So today's blog is going to be on me rating my social science subjects that I do in college. I really hope you guys enjoy this and make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content. Right, I'm going to start off with rating psychology. So basically, psychology is a subject where you're studying like the human brain. Basically, you're learning about why humans act the way they do and all that. And basically, I've done a lot of units in this. So I've done sleep and dreams, done conformity, and I've done relationships. So basically, at the moment, I'm doing relationships, all the people that I love in my life and all that, and just like talking a bit about that and sleeping dreams about like how you dream and that and why you dream that way and how many hours of sleep you need to get and all that kind of stuff. And then like conformity is basically like the way you see yourself in groups, the way you fit in and all that. So, for example, you may be the type of person who tries to fit in a group in high school to look cool when actually you don't like that thing, but you just want to look cool. So basically, that's what conformity is like trying to be a part of a group and trying to be cool and all that, if you see what I mean. But yeah, I really like psychology because psychology is obviously what I want to do in the future. I really want to be a psychologist when I'm older, and so it's definitely the subject I like most. So I'd give psychology a 10 out of 10 because I love psychology and I like everything about it. So next I'm going to talk about counselling. Counselling is basically like psychology, but in counselling you're basically having meetings with people and trying to help them through things. So for example, if someone's in a bad relationship with someone, they want to sort out their relationship, they go to a counsellor and they give them advice on what to do next and what step to take next. And basically counselling just helping people through their problems, which also links to psychology because like in psychology and counselling really do link because if you want to like help people, you have to like help them, advise them through their problems and do interviews with people, which so it's obviously important to learn how to do that kind of stuff. So that's what counselling teaches you, and we go through like many different things and many different topics. And yeah, I really have been enjoying counselling because it really links to psychology, obviously. So of course I would like it for that reason. And yeah, counselling's a really good subject. I give counselling 9 out of 10 because I like counselling. And yeah, and I've got a nice lecture for it as well, which always helps, doesn't it? Next, I'm going to talk about sociology, which really links to psychology. It's about like human relationships and how they like connect with people and stuff. At the moment for sociology, I'm doing a topic called discrimination, basically discrimination in the workplace. People get discriminated for being different and all that. I'm doing it on mental health because obviously mental health is a really big thing, and a lot of people don't take mental health seriously and make fun of people for it. So I'm doing that at the moment. But yeah, it's really interesting to see all the different kind of sociology ways and the ways people connect with people and why they act that way, like psychology. So sociology, I find that like really interesting, and the topic I'm doing at the moment really appeals to me because I care a lot about mental health, as you guys know. I'm really into talking about things like depression and anxiety because I think these things really need to be speaked up about more. And yeah, I do really like sociology, so I give sociology a 9 out of 10. Next topic I'm going to talk about is history, and I really like history. I enjoy learning about the past and all that. But basically, one of the units I found most interesting is about how unfair they were to women in the past with like voting and stuff. Basically, women weren't allowed to vote in any way till 1918 because basically because got treated like women don't vote, women don't have that right and all that. So when they finally got to vote, it was like a really big relief for them, and they couldn't fully vote. Like over 21s couldn't like fully vote till 1928. But I just find it really interesting. I think it's really crazy how even in this day and age, women still get treated unfairly. Like other things, like gay people still get treated unfairly in some countries, black people still get treated unfairly in some countries, and this all definitely needs to change. But back in those days, it was even worse. So people who think it's bad nowadays, it's even worse back then. Like you would not want to live in that day and age if you hate it now. But it's obviously it's still a problem, but things like that were really bad in the day. I just find it interesting learning about like different topics and different historical backgrounds. And I remember at school like learning about Mary Queen of Scots. I thought that was like really interesting. And yeah, I just really like history and think it's really enjoyable and kind of wish in a way that I did take it in school now because I've been really enjoying it in college. So I would give history a 9 out of 10. Next, I'm going to talk about social anthropology, and I really like social anthropology. So basically, it's about learning about people like different cultures around the world and all that. And basically, you get some of social anthropologists that will go to different countries and learn about that country, learn about the culture, learn the language, learn about the people and all that. I've watched some really interesting videos. I watched one really interesting one on Joy Hendry, and basically she went to like, I think it was Japan, it might have been, I can't remember, but she like went to one of these like countries anyway. And the thing I liked about it is because she was really interested in the culture, she was really interested in the language and everything. She even learnt the language before she went, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, I'm not sure if it was Japan. I might be completely wrong there, but it was some country anyway abroad. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting how engaged she was and all that. And I think it's a really interesting subject. I'd love to go like to other countries and learn about their cultures. Like I've done it with Spain. I learned a bit of Spanish and met the Spanish people, and they were really, really nice people. So being in Spanish exchange in Madrid was like an incredible experience for me, and I'd love to do more of that in the future. So I'd probably give social anthropology a 9 out of 10 because I do like social anthropology a lot. Next up is criminology, which is basically talking about different crimes and all that, and the way people act and all that in society and why they do those crimes. So basically, it's interesting how some crimes are legal in this country, but then they're legal in another country. Like, for example, in Dubai, you can't go around holding hands with your boyfriend if you're not married. But in this country, if you did that, they wouldn't care, would they? So it's really weird how, like, different, like, crimes or things are crimes in some countries and some things they ain't. And, like, some laws in some countries are really, really strange. Like in this country, like some things you go to jail for like ages for. Like, say for example, a drug dealer would go to jail for like years, but then if someone like rapes someone, they wouldn't go to jail for long, which I think is really wrong because like a rapist that would stick with that person for life. Well, drug addicts can get over their problems and like get better with it and all that, and they should really get help, not sent to jail. So, but yeah, I do find it really interesting learning about different crimes and why people are being punished for that and why people ended up this way. Usually they end up committing a crime and doing something really bad because something was really bad at the start of their life which made them do that. Like if they had a bad childhood, if they were abused, if they were in a bad relationship or whatever it was. Obviously there's no excuse to like murder someone or rape someone, but there's always a reason why people act the way they do. So I find criminology very interesting, so I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. Now, last but not least, I talk about geography, which is probably my least favourite subject because I find geography just, it's just not really for me, really. But however, some of the things I've learned about are really interesting. Like, we were talking about a lot about Edinburgh the other week, and my sister lives in Edinburgh, and basically, they're talking about how cars can be like stopped completely in the city centre in a few years' time because the cars get so in the way of everything because it's so busy. It's not good for it and all that. Like I find that really really interesting because I feel like you can't move in Edinburgh very far. Like you always get stuck like 24/7 when you go through Edinburgh, and crossing the roads it's like an absolute nightmare. So I would totally support that, to be honest. But yeah, I do, there is some, we do learn some really interesting things in geography, but I think overall it's not really a subject I find that interesting, even though, so I'd give it a 7 out of 10 because I do like the lecture I have and it is interesting in some ways, but I'm not as interested in it than the other subjects, and I can drop it next year, so I'm probably going to drop it, but I do like some of the things we learn in geography, and yeah, it's quite interesting. I find it interesting how, like, in the future we might be like driving cars, like electric cars, which I think is really cool because, like, yeah, I just, yeah, like, I think driving electric cars, so that would cost a lot more money, so I don't know how to feel about that, but, you know, I heard some the other day that apparently we could have flying cars in the future, according to my friends. I'm not really too sure if that's really true, but who knows? We could be like Harry Potter in a few years' time. How cool is that? Do like Chamber of Secrets when Ron and Harry are both in the car together, then they get hit by a big tree and then they get expelled from school. So it didn't end well, did it? Thank you so much, guys, for watching my blog. If any of you guys are into these subjects, please let me know and tell me things that you really enjoy about them or if you don't enjoy them. But yeah, I really like all the subjects, apart from geography. Like, I like it, but I don't like it as much. I'll probably drop it next year. But I love all my social science subjects, and social science is definitely the course for me. I'm glad I went to that, not drama, because I don't think drama would have been for me as much. Like, I do like it, but I think I did get put off a bit of it at school because it didn't go very well for me. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this vlog, and I'll see you guys on Saturday for another one.